But a lot of times the agencies will have their own kind of peer support groups with other women who are acting as surrogates in that same agency. And the only reason why I say those tend to be really good is because the shared experience tends to be very consistent across the board. Once you start going outside of your agency pool or into independent matches, there's just such a variety of what these women go through, what their compensation packages look like, what things are available to them. And then it sort of becomes the danger of, like, most of the social media platforms is, am I comparing my journey to somebody else's journey? Am I now, feel like I'm missing out on something that someone else got? And there can be that kind of just that comparative view of what your journey is looking like that sometimes can make those little anthills turn into giant mountains all of a sudden. And sometimes, there are people who are the loudest on those platforms that there is, like just social media, tend to be the ones who are the angriest. A lot of times people who have amazing journeys are not the ones who are out there shouting that from the rooftops. So there just is an awareness the surrogate needs to have when they start looking outside, that you got to take some things with a grain of salt, realize not everyone's going to have the same experience that you did. And and that some contracts and some agencies may just not be structured the same way that someone else you heard of, had in their contract. And it's, while it's good to know that there are differences, it's kind of hard to say, well, that one seems better, I want that. It's like, well, that's not what, we agreed to. And that's a tough part.